Anyways, how this VTuber's bullying horrendously backfired overnight by Mujin. We're gonna see. This can't be that bad. This can't be. Is this gonna boil down to some high school drama that isn't even that big of a deal? Because people love to make that stuff that big of a deal when it usually isn't. We'll see. Tuber drama!
By now, I'm sure that you're familiar with the fact that VTubers come in many different shapes and sizes. But even so...
Yep. And they come in mean. They mostly come in mean girls. I have realized.
So, most of them are united by having one thing in common. And that's the fact that their designs are based on what an anime character would look like. This has been the norm for years.
I don't like where this is going. I know where this is going. Is this gonna be some bitch who is like, yeah, that design looks like mine. Do you copy that? Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna look like. That's really what it's gonna look like.
Years now. But speaking of anime, with its many varied styles and themes, there is one recurring topic that always comes up. The fact that so many anime characters somehow end up looking exactly the same. This is sometimes passed off as inspiration. Others might argue that because anime styles are so simple, it's inevitable that you'd have two characters kind of looking the same. Regardless what the reason might be, people notice these things very quickly. And seeing that VTubing has absolutely exploded since 2018, going from having 1,000 active VTubers to 10,000 by January 2020, and reaching over 50.
I still remember when Powder was cringe about her model and be like, that looks like you copied my design, when to be fair, her design is really basic.
50,000 active VTubers live streaming on both Twitch and YouTube in 2023. This meant that just like anime, you'd start seeing the inevitable rise of VTubers that kind of look similar. These comparisons...
Like, I'd be not surprised if a homie somewhere would pull up that looked similar to me. Like, I'd be like, not surprised whatsoever. I just would not be surprised.
Would start being a common occurrence and would create drama more often than once. But here's the thing, no matter how big you are as a VTuber, no matter how much influence you have in the community, if you publicly call out someone for plagiarizing your design, for copying you, without having very concrete proof, then you will always receive heavy backlash. More recently, we saw this happen with the apocalyptic Cinder drama, where she actively sought to sabotage another VTuber because she blamed her for copying both her design and personality when she literally started VTubing before her. It was ridiculous. But even though we had this incident and many others before it take place very similarly, it didn't stop this VTuber from doing the same exact thing. Bullying a smaller artist publicly for
You're cooked. The moment you do that, you're cooked forever. You are actually cooked forever the moment you do that. Horrendous, dude.
Ridiculous claims of plagiarism, and within just the span of 24 hours losing all credibility in the community, to then eventually coming up with one of the worst apologies you can imagine. Guys, it's been a while since we spoke about stupid VTuber drama, but seeing how this made me roll my eyes multiple times as I was seeing it unfold, I thought we had to talk about it. So without further ado, let's do this. We all love looking at anime girl thighs, but how come no one is asking...
Pause? I am not allowed. Remove this grotesqueness. A
very important question, like for example, what is their nutritional value? Well, I'll tell you.
Pause! Now where's Dax drama? Not happening yet, but will be. Eventually somebody be like, Nazi VTuber. Nutritional value of thighs. Are you okay? Is this gonna lead into some sponsor? There is no way.
Less than 1 carbohydrate, 0
What are you yapping? What are you yapping? Bro, what is Mujin? What are you yapping? Huh? Where is this going?
Sugar, and a way healthier and cheaper alternative to other piss-flavored energy drinks. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about gamer subs. They literally have an anime...
What the fuck, gamer subs? What the actual fuck? Anime girl thigh? Chat, anybody wants to taste some anime girl thighs? What the fuck is how what? Huh?
Girl thigh flavor. And if you use the code Mujin at checkout, you get 10% off your entire
What
order.
the heck?
But don't worry, I know what you might be thinking. Mujin, I would love to taste anime girl thighs, but I have no idea if I'll like it. Well, here's the deal. You can add free flavor samples to your cart. Now, usually you'd only have to pay for shipping, but if you use the code Mujin, then Gamersubs will literally pay for your shipping. You'd be paying nothing. Yes, there are actually no strings attached. I didn't even have to convince Gamersubs to do this. They just did it because they felt sorry for me because I live in France. Every time you use my code, not only are you supporting
Huh? Wait, actually Mujin lives in France? God damn it.
me directly, but you increase the chance of us getting our own flavor. Anyway, the link will be in the pinned comment. Let's get back to the video. All right, so here's the deal. You ask any VTuber what the lifeblood of this industry is, and they'll probably reply with artists, because it's the truth.
Porn. Porn. It's porn.
A VTuber's entire identity and brand, I mean their entire design, is reliant fully on artists. But the harsh reality is that getting a VTuber model made from start to finish is quite the costly endeavor, because depending on the complexity and the artist you're hiring, it can easily cost thousands of dollars and take.
I have to say this though, these prices are highly inflated, and there's some really scummy practices for artists, which is why a lot of people just somehow said, actually, I'm gonna scam the shit out of you with a model that's not worth it. There's plenty of people who are like, yep, 10K for a model that's not worth 10K. For a used model, in fact, too. Yeah, nah, bro. We ain't doing that. There's a problem, and the problem is, see, people complain a lot about, like, AI, but yet it is the artists who are the reason that people would rather go to AI.
Take months, sometimes over a year, to be made. But seeing that there's so many people that want to become VTubers, this harsh reality ended up creating some unique solutions like pre-made models. These, for example, are all ready to use and their price is very affordable. The only caveat is that anyone can buy this and use it. You're not the exclusive owner. And similarly to this creative solution of pre-made models, another unique idea popped up: adoption. It involves someone posting a concept of a VTuber that they created while asking for a particular price for it, or saying you can offer the price that you think is right. This adoption method can have many different upsides. Some people don't like to conceptualize something from scratch and would rather use something really cool by another artist. This also would allow you to finish the concepting step and maybe save up money for the next steps without any pressure, without any time constraints. In fact, this concept that we just saw was drawn by Utainzi. She regularly posts different VTuber concepts and will put them up for adoption. Now on August 30th, Utainzi would do what she always does. She would post two different concepts, with the first one being a purple-themed girl wearing all.
Wait a minute, and this other VTuber was like, hey, actually, that's me, the red one. Right? I could see it. Mujin Gamersubs, probably anime titties with French accent. You're drinking like, this tastes French.
Clothing, and the second one being this demon girl. Up until this point, this was just another day for Utainzi doing what she's always done. But that would of course be until it caught Melly's attention, a sizable artist and VTuber in the community. The next day, she would quote tweet Utainzi's post and say, "Hey, that kind of looks like ... very directly implying that the Red Demon Girl concept of Utainzi was a direct copy of her model, that she was being plagiarized. Now, what I like about this is that we're still at the beginning of this incident, right? And the replies on this post are
the replies are already going, oh no, delete this shit. Delete this shit. Do not start this. It's already beginning. How often is she gonna double down?
Eddie don't want anything to do with it. The most liked reply is, "Do not start this. Oh my fucking god, I am so tired of seeing people accuse artists of stealing designs. Can we please stop doing this?" Or this guy saying, delete this shit. Your concept and design is generic as fuck, and there's a plethora of artists that could follow your same logic and accuse you of stealing their design. But even though this was the community sentiment, Melly decided to double down. Quote tweeting Utainzi's post again and saying, of course I don't own the concept of Red Demon Girl, but it's so on the nose I can't turn away. The colors are similar, the pigtails, the broken horn on the exact side, the earrings, the torn wings, mismatched leggings, ribbons on the sleeves, the shoes. I'm just a bit sad. Alright, so look, Melly was saying this was very on the nose, that everything from the small...
So, let's get through this. Let's get through this. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this. The shoes are different. That stuff is different. Skin tone's different. This one has scars. This one has no scars. This one has less of a a bigger like there's this thing here. The wings are not even the same. The wings are not the same. The earrings. The earrings? Wait, so these are the earrings right here. But there are no upside down crosses. Wait a minute. It's the second one, NSFW. Yeah, lightly. Yeah. Yeah. We got hearts here and there. We got a tail, which this one does not have at all, right? We have a tail who like goes around like they look like sisters more than the same thing. Yeah. Wow, demon with red and black coloring. Who would have expected that is a very common theme? She may have taken some inspiration, maybe not. These earrings are generic AF. Poke it, true and real. True and real.
Smallest minute details were copying her directly. So to make things easier for you, I put both designs side by side. Mel claims that the wings are meant to be a copy of hers when they look literally nothing alike. She also claims that the colors are exactly the same when they're literally not. They're completely different. One is more on the pink side, one is more on the red side. She then goes on to say that the earrings are exactly the same when that could not.
They're not the same. What, woman? What are you doing?
Be further from the truth. The mismatched leggings are the same when, again, that could not be further from the reality. And my personal favorite, the broken horn on the exact side. Can someone please?
They're totally the same. They're the same picture. Yeah. Wow. The problem is that this horn is completely off, and this is just slightly broken off, but this one is completely gone. You bitch ass, they're completely gone! Mel's definitely meant to be NSFW. Yeah, clearly. Here's like, just the tip is gone. Here's like the entire thing is gone. Also, she has like, this design has like, right, this stuff around the horn. This one, those do not at all. They have like little scars. I hope Poke would like his female VTuber. No. Drop some horns. Stop dropping horny.
Help me understand how this chipped horn is anything similar to this completely fucked up, torn out horn on the side of her head. Am I missing something here? The good news is, no, I'm not delusional, because guess what? She got ratioed more than once on this post, with this illustrator saying, this behavior needs to stop. As a character designer, I can confidently say they look nothing alike aside from the red theme and broken horn. Mean girl behavior is ruining the space. Why don't you just make friends with people with similar designs? You know, that's a...
Because they're women! See, most drama in VTubing boils down to one thing. And you may think I'm sexist for saying this, but it's the truth. It is the truth. It boils down to women. I don't care what anybody says. There is no, like, between, like, the male VTubers, there's rarely any male VTuber drama. Rarely. That does not happen. Obviously, there's less male VTubers, but also, like, when men interact, there's barely any drama. This is a woman moment. I don't care.
Very good point. If she quote tweeted this design and said something along the lines of, "Oh my god, demon girls with horns, like we look so cool," or whatever, that would have gotten so much positive traction. Instead, she's getting ratioed. Another person who ratioed her said, "I'm gonna be honest here, fam, but aside from the hair and color palette, it's not that similar to be made into a call-out post." People were not having it, okay? These similarities that she was talking about, they just weren't there. What people were seeing, though, is a bigger creator calling out a smaller creator, sending harassment their way over something that couldn't be further from the truth.
2.3 million. Wow. And it backfired so hard. Hi, Aitsu. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hello. Just drop the Nazi for the... No, I'm not. I'm not like Miku. Can make a female character. You will hit no, I will not. There could be 5 male tubers having exact same model. At least 4 would wipe together. Yeah, we could we're just homies. We're brothers. This is a problem that is created by an almost exclusively female content creator space.
If she's claiming that this design is plagiarizing her, then she should also call out Iron Mouse's 2023 design, because she also has mismatched leggings, earrings, wings, and longer pigtails. I mean, the only thing missing is what? The red color and a broken horn. But even though she was definitely reaching with that public call out, it still made Utainzi feel forced to make a public statement about it. So she quote tweeted what Melly had said about her and said, "I just want to share what inspired me. And I'm sorry if it turned out we were inspired by something similar. I adjusted some of the details you mentioned because creating original characters is very important."
I gotta say, this woman, you are just as stupid. Why do you cave into this dumb woman? Why are you caving into this dumb fuck? I'll be real. Don't apologize. Why are you apologizing? You did nothing wrong. You also don't need to adjust shit. Do not apologize, please. Male, similar looking VTuber yaoi when? Hell nah. I'm good.
Important to me, I hope you understand. So because of this, she was actually forced to publicly show the references that she used to come up with this concept. She also felt forced to change the concept.
No, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? That's so fucking stupid. Humble AF, but that's so stupid.
Itself, and even apologized by saying, "I'm sorry if it turned out we were inspired by something similar." This post ended up getting a lot of interaction, with many people in the replies telling Utainzi to please not apologize because she did nothing wrong. She then replied to her post and said, "It makes me sad since this could have been resolved in DMs. I even made a post about this recently. I hadn't seen their design and it's unfortunate this happened." Linking a post she had made just a couple of weeks ago saying, "Fun fact, there are millions of artists who design characters and sometimes 2 people can create almost identical designs without ever seeing each other's work. The world is big and ideas often overlap, so it is nice to remember this before thinking someone copied someone." It was now evident Utainzi had done nothing wrong, and she also seemed like a very reasonable person. This could have been very easily solved privately, but instead it was made public in an attempt to discredit her. So seeing how this was made public and how much traction this post had gotten, the next tweet that Melly would make would be, "What the hell did I wake up to?"
You woke up to getting your ass beat, likely in multiple languages too. They're beating my ass in the quote tweets. How bad is it? It's in multiple languages. Yeah, that's the kind of thing you got.
She had called out Utainzi, tried to discredit her publicly, was completely in the wrong, went to sleep, and then woke up to immense backlash. Many of the replies say, "You just woke up to the consequences of your actions," but that didn't mean in any way that it wasn't still salvageable. By this point, she could have still recovered everything if she just apologized. It could have ended right here. So did she actually take a step back,
Prediction. She do be doubling down. She will be doubling down. I can see it. I see the vision.
Accountability and avoid any more needless drama? Of course not. This is VTuber drama. It never ends on a good note. She decided to triple down. And
It never ends, you mean? It never ends. Motherfucker, how? Bro, this is so... I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. This is so dumb.
would make this very stupid tweet saying, "Never have I said I own the concept of a red demon girl with pigtails. What the frig? The similarities to my own design merely made me baffled and saddened because no matter how different it was adjusted, it very much felt the same. I won't be gaslit into thinking anything else."
I think she should be I think she can't be gaslit into thinking at all. Lights on, but nobody's at home. This is a lights on, but nobody's at home energy.
Of course, there's no such thing as a good VTuber drama without community notes, and that's exactly what ended up happening on this post. The note said, "Melly claims that Utenzi made her design too similar to her, when the wings, boots, bottoms, shirt, skin, horns, and no marks on the skin are so different. Utenzi provided inspiration in her drawing that doesn't even involve Melly," linking the post we already saw of Utenzi showing her references. Now look, I know what you're thinking. This audio looks really bad. But at this point, Melly is just a gift that keeps on giving, because look at this catastrophic reply to this post. Also,
Holy fuck, that ratio is diabolical. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. You got fucked in the replies. If you weren't not safe for work, you are now. Because you got fucked. Holy fuck. 380 replies, 225 quotes, 93 likes. Damn, boy.
I hate the whole "it should have been kept private" because I don't know this person. I don't want to know this person. They made me feel uncomfy. I don't want to message them, period. I said my piece and will continue to be the red demon with pigtails. I mean, at this point, what the hell can I say, man? This has over 380 replies, with over 200 quote tweets. This reply by Kenny sums it up. Talk to someone like an adult? Thumbs down. Call them out publicly and they get harassed? Thumbs up. It's like, dude, Utenzi literally has open DMs. There should absolutely be zero excuse for someone like Melly to make a call-out post like this without even attempting to message Utenzi, because that's just the definition of being malicious. Why else would you call out a smaller creator like this in front of your community? By this point, it was painfully obvious to just about everyone that this person cannot be reasoned with. They were just that delusional. But then, something unexpected happened.
What did happen? This woman is so stupid. It is crazy. This is only in VTubing chat. Only in VTubing.
Melly would completely disappear, not posting anything else.
Oh no, I made things awkward. Time to disappear. I don't know the person. What is this excuse? Welcome to the internet. I don't know most people. Sure. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed?
On her socials ever since that catastrophic reply on August 31st. And that silence would last for over a week. We'd only hear back from her on September 8th, 2025, when she would post this statement. People were hoping that this was going to be an apology after a long break where she realized that she was in the wrong. What they got instead was, well, let's read this. In the early morning of September 1st, I nearly made an irreversible decision on my life. I've since been
Nah! I'm sorry, but this is horrendous. No, nah, bro. Nah. No. Nah. That is horrendous. No. Okay. Let me summarize this, okay? Calls out artist for supposedly similar design. Gets her ass beat for it. Quadruples down. Attempts sewer slide. What the heck is going on? Huh? What? Huh? Oh. Over high. Okay. Okay. Let me summarize this. You supposedly wanted to end it all over high school VTuber drama. Ladies and gentlemen, we have completely lost the plot. She was practicing ukulele. We're that. Nah, dude. Nah. Sorry. Nah. That's bait.
Covering and surrounding myself with friends and loved ones who are helping keeping me company. I got a glimpse of a few messages I got from friends online and want to thank you so much for reaching out. I'm sorry I couldn't respond, but I hope I'm able to in the coming days as I slowly regain the strength to do so. I 100% should have dealt with things privately or at the very least ignored and moved on, but that just wasn't the case. I'm keeping the post up unless asked to be taken down so people can get the context if needed. I love the VTuber art community so much, but to feel the sheer cruelty the community can carry left me wanting.
Oh! So now it's the artists and the VTubers responding to your nonsense that are the problem. So you're essentially just deflecting. Oh, okay, I understand. Stop being a VTuber. Stop using the internet in general, thank you.
To step away from engaging in it. So to protect my health, my friend will be stepping in for me and going through my messages and blocking those who took things too far or were cruel to an unimaginable degree. They will also be managing my Twitter till the foreseeable future, so if there are any business inquiries, etc., they will still be passed along to me, just sifted through by my friend. Thank you to those who waited for me. I've got a lot more art and silly things to share in the world still. So look, I think it goes without saying, I would never want to see someone leave this planet over drama online, especially VTuber drama. It should never get to that point. With that being said though, this post does come off as Melly trying her hardest to appear like the victim here, when in reality, this entire thing occurred because
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I believe that. This seems like a way to save yourself. Sorry.
She felt the need to call out a smaller artist publicly, attempting to discredit them and sending harassment their way over something that could not be further from the truth. The closest thing to an apology that we got was her saying, I 100% should have dealt with things privately or at the very least ignored and moved on, but that just wasn't the case. This made many people feel like she was not even attempting to take accountability here, still doubling down on the fact that Utenzi did actually copy her design, when it was already proven that it wasn't. What happened to Melly was exactly what she was hoping to inflict on Utenzi. This directly
literally Uno reverse. Literally, like, you slap somebody and they bitch slap you harder. What are we doing?
Affected her credibility and ruined her reputation pretty much in a day. Utenzi, on the other hand, didn't even comment on this statement that Melly had made, instead choosing to continue drawing designs drama-free and being able to sell, well, most of them from what it seems like. Ultimately, I don't wish Melly any harm, but I hope with this situation and the many others before it, people stop creating such dumb public callouts without thinking of the consequences and the fact that they'd have to face accountability. Anyway, thank you so much for watching until the end. I missed you guys. Expect a lot of videos coming up soon. Make sure to use the code Mujin on Gamersubs and join my Discord because we have a lot of cool things coming up. And you can also DM me directly with proof that you used my code on Gamersubs to get a special role. I love you so much and I'll see you in the next video whenever that is. Mwah!
The fact that your human is like so on the nose. Stop copying me, freak. Well, what can we say? What can we say? Interesting. So, to summarize this, VTuber thinks her model is being plagiarized. It's not being plagiarized. She gets her ass beat for it. The consequences of her own actions. And then she supposedly attempted to take her life over high school VTuber drama. Okay. Okay. We've got this. We've got this. This woman is retarded. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.